We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Strategy.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together.
What do you think he's gonna feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long.
Y'all, Curtis Jackson, there is nobody in this world pettier than Curtis.
50 Cent just dropped never-before-seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in his explosive new Netflix documentary, and Diddy's reportedly freaking out, trying to get it pulled down.
Public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
Shocking new details about his alleged crimes are surfacing, and even crazier, rumors claim his mother, Janice Combs, might have been calling the shots all along. Some are even saying Janice could be the real reason behind Diddy turning into the man he is today. Netflix just released Sean Combs' The Reckoning, a 4-part docuseries that's shaking up the whole industry. In it, 50 Cent goes all in, exposing Diddy like never before.
Hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
Somehow, 50 got his hands on secret footage Diddy himself recorded, video that allegedly shows Diddy talking to his lawyers, saying he needs the dirtiest people around him. That clip alone has fans going wild online. But 50 didn't stop there. He brought in people from Diddy's inner circle, former friends, insiders, and even old associates, all revealing sides of Diddy no one saw coming.
You gotta realize that, he didn't get all this from his daddy, because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big time drug dealer in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You gotta realize, man, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also,
The confessions and behind-the-scenes stories are jaw-dropping. To dig deeper, 50 traced everything back to Diddy's early life, and what he uncovered was straight-up disturbing. Childhood friend Tim Patterson dropped a major bomb, claiming Diddy's father was a Harlem dealer who passed away when Diddy was just a toddler. After his unaliving, Janice allegedly started throwing wild parties at their home, and that's where things started to spiral. According to Patterson, those parties exposed young Diddy to adult behavior way too soon.
I was at City College. You understand? I was there. I was doing security. My team was supposed to have the outside. Puff came to me the day before we were supposed to do the job there and told me that Heavy D didn't want us to do the security outside. I had 18 men ready to do the security outside with my dogs like I always do. People knew how we used to roll. We would have the pits, the Rockwilders, you understand? We had that outside locked up. So anybody try to bum rush, anybody do that, we had the gates, the whole 9 yards. So we could stop all that. You know how people gonna get down in Harlem. You understand? So, and then when you got LL Cool J, you got Mike Tyson coming through there, and they coming through the front door so people see them. So they gonna go crazy. LL was the hottest thing out at that time. Mike Tyson was the hottest thing out at that time. They got all kinds of stars and people in there already. They was coming through the back. They came through the front. And it caused the door to be bum rushed. But if they had the gates up, if they had the dogs, and with the help of the police, that shit would have never happened, bro. That shit would have never happened. I was there, I saw it. I saw Jessica run down the steps after she grabbed the money box because my man Eddie was protecting her. And Eddie's the one called me on the walkie-talkie and said, yo, Jessica just locked me in outside the gym, Gene. You couldn't go down the steps after they bum rushed the door. You understand? I had to run around the whole gym on the outside, around the gym, down the steps, run across the basketball court, and open the front door. When I opened that one door, because it pushed inside, people start squeezing through that. Then I just kept doing the doors, and people was coming in there, falling dead, right out, just falling out right there. And once they got in there, they just fell out. It was crazy.
He said, you start to see all the stuff that you saw in the movies. The parties were packed, the music was loud, and Janice knew exactly how to keep the crowd hyped. Patterson even claimed it was during those wild nights that Diddy lost his innocence at just 12 years old, a turning point that might explain the chaos that followed in his life. Diddy's father was deep in the streets, and when he passed, his mom Janice reportedly stepped up, but not in the way most people would expect. Instead of leaving that life behind, insiders claim she took over and started moving differently, running her own game behind closed doors. Tim Patterson shared that as a kid, he saw everything: the wild parties, the shady visitors, and the way Janice ran her house like a nightclub.
Diddy is Janice Combs. Janice Combs is Bad Boy. You don't actually sign to Diddy. His name is on a dotted line, but you actually sign it to Janice Combs.
Did he ever tell you why that is, or do you understand?
Oh, now that I'm older, I know exactly what it is. It's a paper trail, so nothing can come bite me. If you come for me, you ain't coming for me. I ain't got nothing. You going to my mama.
He said there was literally a stage set up in the living room, and that's where the neighborhood kids were told to perform and dance. Tim said that's where we used to have to go and dance, painting a picture of how intense and grown those parties really were. But behind the music and lights, Tim says there was darkness too. Allegedly, Janice would lose her temper and physically lash out at Diddy, especially when she was under the influence. The documentary suggests this kind of upbringing left deep scars, and that Janice's actions may have shaped how Diddy handled power, control, and aggression later in life. She reportedly told him to always be aggressive and never back down, words that seem to define how he operated in the industry. Things got even more serious when Diddy started Bad Boy Records. He supposedly made Janice the one officially in charge, transferring everything under her name.
Before scene footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me.
It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Sources in the doc claim Diddy was being strategic. He knew the business was risky and didn't want anything to trace back to him if things ever went south. The documentary then dives into one of the darkest moments in Diddy's past, the 1991 City College stampede that left 9 people unalived. It happened during a charity basketball game Diddy organized but failed to secure properly. Witnesses said the crowd started pushing to get in and chaos broke out before the game even began. People had warned Diddy it was unsafe, but he allegedly brushed them off. Gene Deal, who was there that day, said straight up that Diddy ignored every warning. He said Diddy needed to be held responsible for what happened because it was his fault that people died. That tragedy, according to insiders, was the moment Diddy decided to move everything under his mother's control and protect himself from ever being the one to take the blame again. The new documentary claims Diddy was never truly running Bad Boy. It was his mom, Janice, who allegedly held the real power behind the scenes.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
According to insider interviews and the exclusive footage 50 Cent exposed, Janice wasn't just a proud parent. She was reportedly the gatekeeper of the label's money and the one cleaning up its biggest messes. People close to the situation say Diddy made sure she was in charge of everything. Sources say Diddy didn't hand over control to his mom out of love or loyalty. It was strategy. He supposedly signed over key documents to Janice as a way to protect himself, keeping her as a shield to handle his business while he stayed in the spotlight. Every move was about control, secrecy, and keeping his name clean if things went down. The documentary also dives deep into Diddy's early years after his father's unaliving, and this is where things take a disturbing turn. Reports from Diddy's childhood circle claim Janice started telling her young son that he was now the man of the house, pushing him into grown-up roles way too early. Gene Deal, one of the insiders featured, said he suspected there was something unsettling about their relationship. He claimed Diddy's connection with his mom seemed different and that she was a regular at his parties, even the infamous ones people now call freak-offs. Deal said he saw her there, watching while Diddy acted out in ways that shocked everyone. According to the documentary, Janice might have even been the one who taught Diddy how to move in those environments, turning him into the man who ran his empire through fear and excess. But the most explosive part of the series comes when investigators discuss Diddy's alleged links to the tragic unaliving of Tupac and Biggie, two of hip-hop's biggest legends. Detectives interviewed in the doc claimed there was overwhelming evidence pointing towards Diddy's involvement, but they could never press charges because everyone around him was too scared to talk. The silence was deafening, and it only made the mystery even darker. After Tupac's unaliving, everything in hip-hop changed, and the documentary claims Diddy played a massive role in what happened next. According to insiders, Biggie was supposed to fly out to London, but Diddy allegedly insisted he go to Los Angeles instead. Biggie supposedly knew something didn't feel right, and even told people he had a bad feeling about the trip. But Diddy reportedly pushed him to go, and not only that, he convinced him to stay and attend the after-party, where Biggie was later shot. That decision changed music forever, and after Biggie's unaliving, Diddy rose to the top, becoming one of the most powerful figures in the entire industry. But here's where it gets even more shocking. The only man who could really expose Diddy's alleged connection to Tupac's unaliving is Keith D. Davis, a former Southside Compton Crip who's charged in connection with Tupac's 1996 murder. Keith D. filed new court papers last year in Nevada, claiming Diddy was the one who ordered the hit. He said Diddy offered him $1 million for the job, money that was supposed to take down Tupac and Suge Knight. But Keith D says he never was paid that million, leaving behind a trail of betrayal and unanswered questions that still haunt the case today. Netflix didn't hold back either. The documentary team even tracked down jurors who were connected to the original case. And what they revealed is wild. According to the film, some jurors might have let their admiration for Diddy cloud their judgment. One juror was even rumored to be a huge fan, to the point where people said she couldn't stop smiling whenever Diddy's name came up in court. That kind of bias could have changed everything. Even Kirk Burroughs, co-founder of Bad Boy Records, backed up parts of the story, saying the trial and its outcome never made sense. He claimed the entire process felt off, especially considering all the evidence that was floating around. The documentary then shifts to the topic of Diddy's relationship with Cassie, and it doesn't hold back there either. Some jurors reportedly described Diddy and Cassie as being too in love, completely ignoring serious footage that showed him acting violently towards her. Cassie even testified while pregnant, and despite the emotional testimony and the video evidence, the jurors allegedly didn't take it seriously. The film paints a chilling picture of how fame and power can blind people to the truth. Now Diddy's reportedly preparing to hit back hard. His legal team is gearing up to sue both 50 Cent and Netflix, demanding the documentary be taken down immediately. And get this, insiders say the only reason 50 even got his hands on the footage was because Diddy didn't pay his videographer. If he had just paid his team on time, this entire documentary might never have seen the light of day. Diddy's lawyers have already fired off a cease and desist letter to Netflix, but the damage might be done. The documentary isn't just tearing into a celebrity, it's digging deep into the roots of an empire built on secrets, control, and a past darker than anyone ever imagined. And one thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet. Every new revelation pulls us closer to uncovering who Sean Diddy Combs truly is.